Okay guys, it's time for yet again another Habs news update as Marc Bergevin spoke with the media today and he spilled the beans on a lot of things that we were all pondering about over the past couple of weeks, which includes topics such as the future of Shea Weber, Jonathan Drouin, and Carey Price. And if you like rumors about players that the Habs are targeting right now, then stick around right till the end because there's plenty of that stuff floating around right now. So let's dive right into the tank full of piranhas here and see what we got. But first, before we begin, if you guys are a fan of the Habs or you've got a wall in your room littered with posters of John Mural, then please consider slapping the crap out of that subscribe button as I upload a ton of hockey content and would really enjoy dragging a few more you grasshoppers along for the ride. Now, I'm going to start things off with some good news. My boy, John Lou, is back in action, okay? This guy was on vacation in Nova Scotia for a bit. He probably caught some big fish out that way, got pinched by a lobster, and now he's back to work again. John Lou is all business. Anyway, on to the Habs. Remember the shitstorm over the past week or so with regards to Shea Weber? Well, it's been confirmed by Marc Bergevin today that not only will Shea Weber miss the entire regular season this year, but his career is in jeopardy, and this could be the end of the line for Shea Weber. It sucks, and it pisses me off. He's definitely going to be missed next season on the back end, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Habs move forward from this, because these are some pretty big shoes to fill, okay? The guy, he played his ass off during the playoffs. He was physical. He was crushing the opponent every opportunity he got, and he was basically doing this with a broken body. He is a warrior. Bergevin admitted that he spoke with Shea Weber recently, and here is what he had to say about the conversation. Quote, "It's hard for Shea. That's all he knows. He's a hockey player to his core. We had an emotional, deep conversation. It will be impossible to replace Shea Weber." Now, that is some pretty shitty bad news right there, but I wish Shea Weber all the best, man. Let's hope somehow he comes back and he's pretty good. Moving on, Bergevin also made some interesting comments on Jonathan Drouin today. A guy that I personally thought would never play another game again for the Habs. Well, apparently I was wrong. Or at least it's looking like I'm gonna be wrong. Bergevin would say, Dominique Ducharme and I met with Joe on Tuesday. Joe feels great. He's focused and ready to go. Expect him to be in Montreal for the first day of camp. Holy shit. I was not expecting to hear that. So there you have it. There is your daily dose of Jonathan Drouin news. I'd just like to say I'm glad Drouin is feeling better and I hope he has a good year. And before any of you begin talking about kicking him to the curb like the old lawnmower that doesn't work in your backyard, consider this. Thomas Tatar is gone. Can the boys really afford to lose another left winger right now? I don't know. I'm thinking not. So maybe now isn't the time to say bye-bye to JoJo. Just saying. You can let me know your thoughts on the whole Drouin fiasco in the comments section. Also at today's meeting, Bergevin would address the current status of pending UFA Carey Price. Okay, the beloved Carey Price. The Grandpa Simpson of the team. Bergevin would confirm he's got some interest in re-signing Scory Scary. And in my opinion, that's good. That's good news. Perry wants to stay. Bergevin now admits that he wants Perry to stay. So, what's the problem here? Come on. That ink should have been already slapped on some paper by now, guys. Jeez. As for Phil Danault, on the other hand, Bergevin would say that the door isn't closed yet on Danault from returning, but he didn't sound all that confident. And he admitted if Danault skipped town for another team, Jesperi Kotkaniemi could be ready to take the next step, and he also mentioned how Jake Evans played some great hockey as well last season. Now, as for me, I'm just going to throw another name out there into the mix, and that name is Ryan Poehling, okay? He just finished a wicked season for Laval, and I think he's got a chance to crack the team next year right out of camp. Now on to some Carey Price news. And as we all know, the Seattle Kraken passed on taking Carey Price at the expansion draft, and there was a lot of speculation about some pretty crazy wild injuries. Well, Bergevin. He didn't really make it seem too bad at all. He would say, quote, nothing alarming at the moment. He played all the minutes in the playoffs and played very well. He had some bumps over the past 2 months, but he's seeing doctors. We're not expecting anything major, but we'll see once they look closely. Perhaps 6 to 8 weeks. Whoa! I'm a little relieved right now. 6 to 8 weeks isn't as bad as I originally thought. I mean, my God. It was only a few days ago Pierre Lebrun and the boys were making it seem like Carey Price was going to need a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Now that we got all the news from the press conference out of the way and to the side, let's have a peekaboo here at some more players that apparently old Marky Mark has been targeting. First up on the list, who seems like he's been in the crosshairs of Montreal since forever, is Mike Hoffman. Homer Simpson's brother, Sean Simpson, would say, lots of chatter, Hoffman will sign with the Habs. Luke Richardson must be given the green light on this. St. Louis was trying to move him at the deadline, and this is a player that I would steer clear of. And to be honest, me too. I don't know why. Why am I not a fan of Mike Hoffman? Go ahead, somebody change my mind. Let's take a look at some of his stats here, and they're pretty good. He had 17 goals last season with the Blues, and he's had some pretty high numbers throughout his career. Now, I'm not sure what a guy like Hoffman would command in terms of money, but hey, time will tell. Is he going to be a Hab next season? Let me know what you think. Moving on, we got Pierre Lebrun. Throwing some more shit at the shit flies. He would say with regards to the Habs, we know they've talked to the Buffalo Sabres about Rasmus Ristolainen, but there are other irons in the fire for Montreal, and I think to some degree, some interest in pending UFA David Savard, as long as the price isn't too exuberant. This one doesn't really shock me. With Weber now out of the picture, maybe Bergevin is targeting Savard right now to, fill some gap with Montreal's defense. Who knows? But it is going to continue to be a crazy offseason. Anyway, guys, that does it for this Habs news update. I hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you next time.